righteous Redeemer, keeper of my soul. There were moments when I almost lost it. Moments when my strength felt gone. Moments when my patience was thin. Moments when the weight felt heavier than my shoulders could carry. I was closer to breaking than anyone knew. Closer to giving up than I ever admitted. Closer to collapse than I allowed others to see. But you came through, Lord. You came through when I was tired. You came through when I was overwhelmed. You came through when I was silently crying behind a strong face. This morning, before I ask you for anything else, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for not letting me fall apart. Thank you for not letting me quit. Thank you for not letting the pressure crush me. You saw the tears no one else saw. You heard the prayers I couldn't even finish. You understood the sighs that words could not explain. There were nights I stared at the ceiling, wondering how things would work out. There were mornings I woke up already exhausted. There were days I smiled publicly while privately struggling. But through it all, you were working. Even when I couldn't see it. Even when I couldn't feel it. Even when I questioned it. You were moving behind the scenes. When doors closed unexpectedly, you were redirecting me. When relationships shifted painfully, you were protecting me. When delays frustrated me, you were preparing me. Lord, I almost lost my peace. I almost let anxiety consume me. I almost let fear dominate my thoughts. I almost let doubt rewrite my faith. But you stepped in. You steadied my mind. You calmed my racing thoughts. You whispered hope when despair tried to shout. Thank you for holding me together when I felt like pieces. Thank you for sending strength right on time. Thank you for sending encouragement through unexpected people. Thank you for divine provision when my resources looked thin. There were moments my finances looked uncertain. Moments my health felt fragile. Moments my relationships felt strained. Moments my confidence felt shaken. But you sustained me. You made a way where I saw none. You opened opportunities I never anticipated. You restored peace where chaos tried to rule. I almost responded in anger, but you gave me restraint. I almost reacted in frustration, but you gave me wisdom. I almost spoke words I would regret, but you guarded my mouth. You protected me from myself. You protected me from decisions made in emotion. You protected me from walking away too soon. You protected me from believing lies about my future. And for that, Lord, I am grateful. This morning, I stand not as someone who barely survived, but as someone who was carried through storms, carried through confusion, carried through heartbreak, carried through uncertainty. You did not abandon me. When I felt forgotten, you remembered me. When I felt unseen, you saw me. When I felt unheard, you listened. I almost let bitterness take root, but you softened my heart. I almost let disappointment define me, but you reminded me that delay is not denial. I almost let failure label me, but you called me redeemed. Thank you for renewing my strength. When I thought I had nothing left, you replenished me. When I thought I couldn't endure, you empowered me. When I thought I was alone, you surrounded me. Lord, I thank you for every closed door that protected me from what would have harmed me. I thank you for every no that redirected me towards something better. I thank you for every setback that set me up for growth. You were refining me, strengthening me, developing patience in me, building resilience in me. I almost lost my confidence, but you reminded me who I am in you. I am not defeated. I am not forgotten. I am not finished. You are still writing my story. This morning, I release the residue of yesterday. I release the stress. I release the fear. I release the frustration. Because you came through before, and you will come through again. You are not limited by what limits me. You are not restricted by what restricts me. You are not intimidated by what intimidates me. You specialize in the impossible. When the odds were against me, you favored me. When my strength was low, your power was high. When my hope was dim, your light shined brighter. Lord, I almost walked away from faith, but you reminded me of every time you had been faithful before. You reminded me of prayers you already answered. You reminded me of mountains you already moved. You reminded me of storms you already calmed. And suddenly, my doubt began to shrink. My fear began to loosen. My confidence began to rise. Today, I choose gratitude over grief. I choose praise over panic. I choose trust over tension because I have evidence. Evidence that you show up. Evidence that you rescue. Evidence that you sustain. You came through in ways I did not expect, sometimes quietly, sometimes gradually, sometimes suddenly, but always perfectly timed. You never arrive late. You never overlook details. You never forget your promises. Lord, thank you for emotional healing. Thank you for mental clarity. Thank you for renewed vision. Thank you for steady progress. Thank you for lessons learned. Thank you for strength gained. I almost let stress take over my health, but you restored balance. I almost let comparison steal my joy, but you reminded me my path is unique. I almost let criticism silence me, but you reminded me my calling is greater than opinions. Today, I step forward with confidence, not because I am strong on my own, but because you are strong in me. I will not fear what comes today. I will not dread what lies ahead. I will not assume the worst, because the same God who brought me through yesterday is the same God who walks with me today. You are consistent. You are reliable. You are faithful. Even when my faith wavers, you remain steady. Even when my emotions fluctuate, you remain firm. Even when I feel unsure, you remain certain. Lord, I almost broke down, but instead I broke through. And that breakthrough has changed me. It deepened my trust. It strengthened my resilience. It refined my perspective. Now I know, if you brought me through that, you can bring me through anything. So today, I declare, I am not fragile. I am not defeated. I am not behind. I am sustained. I am supported. I am surrounded by divine help. Thank you for protecting my mind when it felt overwhelmed. Thank you for guarding my heart when it felt wounded. Thank you for stabilizing my spirit when it felt shaken. This morning I breathe differently. I think differently. I walk differently because I know you came through and you will continue to come through for my family, for my future, for my purpose, for my peace. Let today reflect the gratitude in my heart. Let my words reflect the faith in my spirit. Let my actions reflect the trust I have in you. When pressure tries to rise again, remind me. When doubt tries to whisper again, remind me. When fear tries to return again, remind me. Remind me that you already proved yourself. Remind me that you already rescued me. Remind me that I'm already carried. I almost lost it, but you came through, Lord, and for that I will praise you. For that I will trust you. For that I will walk boldly. You are my sustainer. You are my deliverer. You are my restorer. And I step into this day confident, covered, and grateful. In Jesus' mighty name, amen, amen, amen.